Don't wanna live as an untold story. Rather go out in a blaze of glory. I can't hear you. I don't fear you. I'll live now 'cause the bad die last. Dodging bullets with your broken past. I can't hear you. I don't fear you now. Wrapped in your regret. What a waste of blood and sweat. Oh, I wanna taste love and pain. Wanna feel pride and shame. I don't wanna take my time. Don't wanna waste one life. I wanna live better days. Never look back and say, could have been me. It could have been me.
First edition of the Joe and Jamar Power Hour, where I'm a little bit country and he's a little bit R&B. My co-host, Jamar, the vodka cran enthusiast Brown, joins me with one of the usuals, Jacob. Don't call him by his government name, Garcia. Hitting the ones and twos is the man, the myth, the legend in his own mind is Jose Bouquet. We have a jam-packed first episode for you guys. We'll be recapping just what in God's name has been going on with us, talking about what this show's going to do, little draft talk, some college hoops, then we'll get into our first official CFP predictions of the upcoming year and giving our preliminary takes on next year's Roadrunner football team. How the hell are you, Jamar?
Chilling, brother. I'm all right. Can't complain.
That's as good as it's going to get.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I'm chilling, bro.
Yeah, same
Facts
shit, different
only.
day.
Facts only from Jamar.
Jacob, how you doing?
It's good to be back, you know?
Yeah.
Good to see your faces.
It's yeah, I don't see you every single week.
Talking about Jamar.
Oh, look at that. Jose, how are you? How's life been at the pub?
It's good. The pub's been great. Of course, we've all missed you desperately.
I appreciate that.
I hope that you enjoy your lovely green screen that I've put up.
I'm so scared to find out what it is.
One of the more iconic images.
Is it like a moment? Like, am I going to know exactly what it is?
Oh, yeah. It's great. It fits perfectly.
Oh, God, what is it? I'm so scared.
But yeah, no, it's been good.
It's terrible.
Pub Sports Radio increasing and expanding and upgrading.
Hey, well, that's good to hear. This is for better or for worse, this is where it all starts.
Yeah.
Maybe also where it all ends, to be totally honest.
Beginning and the end.
Yeah, the yin and the yang kind of thing. Yeah. Before I start that, we got to get some sponsors out of the way. Not out of the way, in the way. We are brought to you in part by Built Bars. 20% off your first order if you use promo code PUBSPORTS. Where we were on a bit of a hiatus because, well, COVID-19 and jobs and school. And there was a while where I was working in Poteet, Texas as a substitute teacher. And Jamar, we hate pluckers now. And
Yeah.
we can get into that if you want to. That's a fun story.
We
and I
do
really
love
appreciate
the
that. I
story
really
about
love
that
I
later.
love that story.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's just been like, I don't want to say life got in the way because I'm only 21. So it's not like there's like that much going on. But like COVID-19 definitely threw a wrench in everyone's plans. And the world is drastically different today than it was a year ago when our very own Jacob Garcia started doing something that we all think is one of the most fun, like one of the best bits any bad bird has ever done is this. So first things first, we changed the name of the show. I've been contemplating this for pretty much the whole time. I was never really okay with Cup of Joe Radio. I just kind of used it because it was obvious and it was my name and it worked. And back when we were in Javi's apartment recording there, Cup of Joe Radio made sense. And then we got here and we started having Austin on all the time. We started having Brandon on every once in a while. And Jamar was on for the whole time. And Joed was here with that whole summer. Cup of Joe Radio just kind of stuck with what it was, but it really stopped being my radio show and started kind of being our radio show. And I feel like the person who was here the most and the person who's been pushing me to come back and do this for the longest, and really the only person, has been Jamar. So the Joe and Jamar Power Hour is kind of where I landed because there's no other podcasts on pretty much any network that's called the Joe and Jamar Power Hour.
That thanks to me.
Yeah, it's exclusively thanks to Jamar because I have literally the second most common name in the world. Jose Rodriguez, second most common name in the world behind like Muhammad something. Like it's there's just a billion of us. Like, there's two Jose's.
Jose, yeah.
There's two Jose's in this room currently. So yeah, we decided Joe and Jamar Power Hour was the best bet for us. So it'll pretty much generally be the same show. I don't think there's going to be that much drastically different.
No.
A little bit more formulaic. We're going to try to work a little harder, dig a little deeper, think a little bit more about what we're saying. And now apparently, since we're not going live, we can edit things now. We're in the 21st century, finally, 21 years in, and Cup of Joe Radio finally reaches 2000. And yeah, it's nice. It's definitely good to be back. It's a little weird just being here. because like I said, a year ago or last time I was here was what, March
Something.
So if March 13th was the day COVID happened, that was a Friday. So we were here March 10th. That would have been the last time we were here.
Probably.
The day before we left to Frisco
Oh my
for
God.
all of that. You and me were here. You were definitely here. Probably like more than likely you were here. Like that was the last time we were in this bar. And then since then, like just, I mean, we all lived through it. I don't want to recap COVID for the 9th time on this stream, but yeah. So first things first, Jamar definitely wanted to talk a little draft. So let's get right into the sports. Do we have anything else to say about the show? Not really, right?
No.
I think we've pretty much covered all our bases. So Jamar wanted to talk a little draft, and I did read his stuff. You can read his stuff. It's always, he posts on his Twitter all the time. Jamar Brown is at Vodcran Enthusiast.
At Cran Enthusiast.
Oh, at Cran Enthusiast is the Black Mel Kiper. Is that what it is?
No, it's just, well, now, yes.
Yeah, when it's draft talk, it's the Black Mel Kiper, right?
Yeah, Black Mel Kiper. Follow me on Twitter at Cran Enthusiast.
Yeah, so go ahead. You start reading off draft picks, and me and Jose will talk about it, and then we'll get to you with that basketball. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you good.
Yeah, man. So, catch my 8th mock draft of
Jesus
mock
Christ,
draft
animal.
season coming out
What an
probably tomorrow. My first ever 2-rounder. I grinded out through the first round just so I could talk about it today. But the second round will be up with it tomorrow. Nothing's posted right now, but yeah. So I just figured we can go like break down 5
Yeah,
at
some
a
of the
time,
big picks.
something like that. Yeah, like talk about the 5 and then say 5 and then
And
break
talk
down
about
the 1. So of course, number 1 overall to the Jags, Trevor Lawrence out of Clemson. Number 2, we have Zach Wilson heading to the Jets. Shout out, Jose. Number 3 is the Niners. I'm hearing a whole lot of like Mac Jones talk, and we'll get into that. I still say Justin Fields. And
Yeah, we'll finish the story, and then I'll say what I need to say.
This will be the pick we'll break down in this like part of it. 4th overall, I have the Broncos trading up with the Falcons to go Mac Jones. Out of Alabama, and then 5th is Penei Sewell to the Bengals.
Yeah. So my thing with this is, why in God's name would San Francisco, who is a Super Bowl contending team, they were in the Super Bowl. What was it? 29. They were in the 2019 Super Bowl. They lost to Kansas City because Garoppolo is like
Missed a throw.
Huh?
He missed a throw.
Yeah, like Garoppolo just like wasn't enough.
Yeah.
And like Garoppolo's not a bad quarterback. He's a very good quarterback.
He's a serviceable.
He's a serviceable quarterback. He's a great number 2. You know what I mean? Like if he came to Dallas as a number 2, like I'd be more than happy with Garoppolo. I would have taken Garoppolo over Dalton any single day of the week. I don't think everyone would have. He's a great number 2. I could see him landing really anywhere. Real like he's a decent quarterback. But if you're San Francisco and you need like the big showstopper, like why in God's name would you get the what is it, NAIA, whatever, like D4 ball that North Dakota State plays?
No, so they're Division 1, they're FCS.
It's UIW ball.
But what is projected is
play Incarnate Word, man.
True, but they're like consistently the number 1 team in FCS.
They're what is it? The 306th best team in the league.
That's fine. The consensus
that's like winning the NIT. Like
the consensus right now is Mac Jones to the Niners, which I really don't understand, just because it's more of a linear move than anything. You don't move up 9 spots and go like 3
I don't know,
picks.
man. Like Jimmy Garoppolo didn't win a national championship.
No, but Jimmy Garoppolo also didn't have 5 first-round NFL receivers and 5 first-round offensive linemen and the best collegiate defense and the best collegiate coach ever.
All right.
Like he went to Northern Illinois.
Yeah, you're right. Fine. I mean, like, okay, fine.
Mac Jones is definitely a product of his environment.
Okay, but like I would if I'm San Francisco, who has this like winning pedigree and like quarterback history.
They don't have a winning pedigree.
No, they like used to though. I'm saying like if I'm a Niners fan that's as old as my dad is, like you're like, what the hell have the 49ers been since like Kaepernick? Kaepernick was like the last the time that San Francisco was like legitimately good.
They don't want. Niner fans specifically don't want Mac Jones. Like he's literally Jimmy Garoppolo.
I feel like he's younger. He's not as injury prone. Like Garoppolo feels like a broken toy at this point.
You also don't know what you have with Jones because he played 1 year. Like,
that's fair. I'll give you that.
He couldn't beat out Tua for the starting job. Yeah, no, he couldn't beat out Tua, and Tua's not great in Miami. Like he was a rookie last year and didn't have a lot on offense, but he couldn't beat out Tua. He was projected to lose the starting job to a true freshman, Bryce Young, this past season. And it's like I said, it's a linear thing. You're not getting any better. You don't give up that many first round picks. The thing is, though,
we talk about how good Joe Burrow was last year. And I think everyone, like no one in the entire world who even remotely follows football would say that Joe Burrow was anything but the first round pick in the 2020 draft. Would you agree?
I had different takes.
You had different takes because you want to be a contrarian, but like Joe Burrow was the number one pick no matter what whatsoever.
No, that's
Mac Jones had a better year than Joe Burrow did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He beat out Joe Burrow. Like we just didn't care as much because it was Alabama. It's like whatever, and it wasn't like exciting to see Alabama win a championship. But like Mac Jones was infinitely more consistent than Joe Burrow was. Joe Burrow and Mac Jones had the same amount of talent around them and the same amount of like skill around them, and like Joe Burrow's defense was as good as Mac Jones's defense. Like it was like they really played in the same program, but like we're discounting Mac Jones because he went to Alabama, and I think that's just totally unfair to Mac Jones. Does that make sense?
I get what you're trying to say. I just don't agree.
Okay.
Can I throw in another point here?
You can always throw in a point, Jose.
I think it's a little bit of the Ryan Russillo on his podcast calls it Shamit face.
Mm-hmm.
For Landry Shamit, he's just not an attractive guy. We can all say that he's an ugly guy.
Like Joe Burrow was like hot, so that's the thing.
Joe Burrow is hot.
He's a smoke show, bro.
He's a smoke show.
He's got the hair.
Sexy pick. He was
the sexy pick. You're right.
is everything you want your franchise quarterback to be. Mac Jones is
he's plain.
He's a high school gym teacher. He's got a milk bag body. And he's just like your average field general. He's like every AJ McCarron.
For what it's worth. So was Tom Brady coming out of college.
Yes.
No, but Tom Brady was a 6th round pick, not talked about.
No, I know. I'm saying,
overall pick.
But like now that now we're at this point in his career, whoever had the 1st round pick in Tom Brady's year is like, damn, I should have picked Tom Brady.
Oh, in retrospect,
in retrospect, yeah.
Hindsight,
but I'm saying like hindsight's 2020, whatever. But like, I definitely think it's stupid because like the whole like that's why you go to Alabama is like you win championships and you get drafted in the 1st round. And that's like the whole point of going here. But like we're discounting the quarterback for a national championship team, like the guy who won the championship, the man who did.
I'm not discounting him, Joe. I don't think he should go 3rd overall. My thing is you don't give up 3 1st round picks for a guy you could have gone at 12 anyways.
I just don't agree. He was the thing is like who has the 4th pick?
The Falcons, and have them trading with the Broncos.
And who are the Falcons? Who do you have the Falcons hitting?
I have them trading down to 9.
So where do you have Mac Jones going?
4th to the Broncos.
Okay, it's like,
and the only way, but
you couldn't get him at 12. You could get him at 4.
No, because of the Broncos being there, because they're not going to pick Lance because Drew Lock's not someone you want Trey Lance to learn from.
I just don't. The thing is, I don't see how you value a FCS quarterback better than the quarterback of the University of Alabama.
Potential.
But like, it's not potential with Mac Jones. It's he won a national championship. He got the starting job at Alabama. Like, you know how hard that is?
Well, apparently it was pretty hard if he only had it for 1 year. And he only got the second, one half other year.
Agreed. He only had it for 1 year, but like...
You're also just a football purist, so I can't have any conversation with you about Alabama football.
But it's also like Alabama football is God to me. Like, it's like you
need to get out. You need to get out because Alabama quarterbacks never pan out. You can look at AJ McCarron. You can look at whoever the Jets quarterback was. Name drop, Jose, please.
Christian Hackenberg? Oh no, I don't.
The Alabama quarterback.
McElroy. Greg McElroy. Yeah, he does a great job.
I'm just saying, I think Mac Jones is a lot better than we're giving him credit for.
No, Joe. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback by any means. I don't think he's the 3rd.
Okay, you think he's the 4th? He's the 4th best player.
I think he's the 5th best quarterback, but I think just situationally, he's going to go ahead of Trey Lance if this happens. My next 5.
All right.
With 6, Miami, after that whole weird sequence where they traded down to 12 and then traded back up to 6. I haven't taken Kyle Pitts, who's the 2nd best player in the draft, in my opinion. 7 is Jamar Chase.
That's the guy I want, right?
The Lions.
Kyle Pitts,
yes.
tight end in Florida.
Yes. 7, Detroit's taking Jamar Chase out of LSU, the receiver, best receiver in the class. Number 8 overall, the Panthers are taking Rashawn Slater, the most versatile lineman in the class. 9, like I said, Atlanta's going to trade back with Denver in my thought process. Patrick Surtain out of Alabama, the cornerback.
Mm-hmm.
And then 10, I have New England trading up with Dallas to grab Trey Lance out of North Dakota State.
Ooh.
Anything you want to break down there? Either one. Either.
I don't know why, but for some reason I trust Jerry Jones with the draft. Because like, who has he drafted in the past like 5 years? It's like actually bad. Who have we draft? Like our draft picks?
Taco Charlton.
Usually, okay, fine. Taco
Leighton
Charlton.
Vander Esch can't stay on the field.
Leighton Vander Esch just gets hurt, but Leighton Vander Esch.
Zeke hasn't performed in 2 years.
Okay, but Zeke was the best rusher in the league his first 3 years. His first 3 years, he panned out. And then the whole like scandal happened, kind of threw him off his rhythm. Dak gets hurt.
Fine. That's perfect. But
Ezekiel Elliott is 100% worth what we paid for him.
At 4th, no, it's not. Let me.
Who else would you have wanted in that spot?
We could have taken
Jalen
Derrick
Ramsey.
Henry. We could. Yes, I wanted Jalen Ramsey at 4. Jalen Ramsey is the best corner in the league. We could have Derrick Jones. Not Derrick Jones. That's
Derrick
basketball. Derrick Henry. He got picked after our pick in the 2nd round. Like we could have had Derrick Henry in
we
second
could have had him in
round.
the second round.
Yeah, no. So
That's fair. I'll give you that.
I don't trust Jerry picking offensive players. We got CeeDee Lamb last year, fine. He was the best player available, and I wouldn't have taken any other pick. That's perfectly fine.
And like I
care.
think he definitely has a record of like
defensive players, like
defensive players
offensive
for
linemen
sure.
and linebackers.
Fine.
He sucks at everything else.
But again, like Ezekiel Elliott was the best running back in the draft that year.
But we didn't need him. We had Darren McFadden, who just came off a 1,000-yard season.
Darren McFadden sucked.
Yeah, he had a 1,000-yard season.
I mean, like fine, but how good did we do that year? Ezekiel Elliott's rookie year, it was between him and Dak for winning the rookie of the year. It was literally Dak or Zeke were going to win it that year because Zeke was that good. And the only reason he didn't win it was because he wasn't the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
I also think you forget what Jerry's whole thing is that he just likes to make.
He just
a
wants to make a
splash.
splash. Yeah, that's true.
He doesn't care about if the team succeeds or anything
That's
like
fair.
that.
That's also very fair.
So Kyle Pitts, like, yes, while it's definitely the sexy pick, you're giving up so much because he's not dropping past Cincinnati at 5.
Yeah.
If he does,
because if Cincinnati gets him, I mean, that's a great tight end.
But there's no need
to
to do that because they need a lineman more than anything.
Yeah.
So it's situational at that point. Like, what are you going to do? And you give up what 2 firsts, a second, and a third to move up to like 5 or 6 to get him.
Yeah.
When you don't need that, we have Blake Jarwin and
for what it's worth, I actually really do like our tight ends.
Exactly.
We have 2
ones.
very solid tight ends that like do have, and I don't want to say Jason Witten potential. That shot was in the comments. That was the Communication Center. We do have like very decent tight ends right now, and like I've just been spoiled my whole life. It's like we have a good tight end, no matter what. And like this year, because Dak was out and Dalton was a quarterback, like everything kind of fell apart. But like I would like to see this year,
Go Birds.
Jarwin really take a stand.
Oh no, and you should. He just got hurt in the first game of the year last season.
It just got screwed up for us.
Another. That's like the main pick I wanted to highlight, which is Kyle Pitts going to 6 Miami. I think he'll make life for 2 a lot easier.
For sure.
He's a mismatch nightmare. They could use another receiver, but Pitts can play outside or in line. He can do whatever. It doesn't really matter.
He's an athlete, and he was kind of the reason Florida was good.
No, yeah, and Kyle Trask was actually a very good quarterback too, but he's just earthbound. He can't move a lick. 11 through 15, I guess we're going right now.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants taking Devontae Smith, Heisman winner Devontae Smith out of Alabama. 12, the Eagles picking Jalen Waddle, another receiver out of Alabama. The Chargers going Elijah Vera Tucker out of USC. The Vikings taking Micah Parsons, the linebacker out of Penn State, and then Dallas, who traded back with New England, picking J.C. Horn out of South Carolina, defensive back.
I have no real problem with that. We need defense.
Okay.
We need defensive.
For sure.
We need defensive players. We need guys who like can actually tackle. Like we need guys who can open field tackle. It's literally the like third thing you learn in football is you learn how to throw a football, you learn how to catch a football, and you learn how to tackle a guy in the open field. And we just can't freaking do that.
No,
like, the Hot Boys just sucked all year long, and it was terrible.
No, yeah, J.C. Horn, he's out of South Carolina. Stephon Gilmore talks really, really highly of him.
That's South Carolina's ACC, right?
No, SEC.
SEC?
They're SEC players.
Okay.
No,
yeah,
and-
no. Like,
and
I mean,
he had-
SEC defense. Like, I'll
He
take it.
opted
Shoot.
out like halfway through the season just because of COVID reasons, everything, and they weren't winning, but the team just wasn't good.
Like, what? I mean, South Carolina. Like, I didn't. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, there you go. No, but he'll pair really nicely next to Diggs.
I'm actually very, very okay with taking a defensive player first round.
For sure.
No, well, you need
As
to
much
do
as
that.
it's as much as it's like not the sexy pick, like you said, and as much as it's like weird, because like last year's draft, like CeeDee Lamb was like huge, and it was like holy crap, like this is awesome. Because like there was no Philly was this like incredibly stupid for not taking CD when they could have. But it's weird, but like we just need to bulk up because like our skill positions are okay.
They're not okay. They're very, very good.
Yeah,
like
like I think that's like they're fine.
Yeah,
Like our skill positions like don't really need that much help.
Mm.
Tony Pollard is a great running back. This is
No,
kind of turning
I
into
love him.
cowboy talk.
They could go
West Coast.
50-50.
I legitimately 70 or 60-40. Like I kind of want Tony Pollard to run the ball more than Zeke because Tony Pollard, because Zeke will have like every once in a while he'll have a 60-yard run, but most of the time he's gonna fumble the ball while Tony Pollard is gonna get you 6 yards every time. And I'll take 6 yards over a fumble. You know what I mean?
I can't argue with that by any means.
I really like Tony Pollard. Really, really like Tony Pollard. Sorry.
Any takes, Jose?
You saying you love Tony Pollard reinforces Jamar's argument of not trading or not drafting Zeke.
I know.
The issue
what I was saying about Zeke was that he was good his first 2 years. That's what I was saying. He was worth it those first 2 years. We were Super Bowl contenders when Zeke was good.
Yeah, and the issue was it wasn't drafting Zeke. Like, fine, you draft him, that's cool, but extending Zeke was the real.
For 6 years, $90 million.
I know. I already
issue.
said I'm sorry. I know. Whatever. Shut up.
All right, 16-20. Cardinals taking Christian Darrisaw, the lineman out of Virginia Tech. 17, Raiders taking all-world athlete Kwity Paye, edge defender out of Michigan. 18, Dolphins going JOK, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, the linebacker / safety / do-it-all out of Notre Dame. 19, Washington football team taking Trayvon Moehrig, safety out of TCU. And then the Bears taking Samuel Cosmi, the lineman out of Texas.
What's his last name?
Cosmi?
I have no real issues with any of this because I only kind of barely know most of these people.
Yeah, no, that's very fair.
This is like draft talk is such a you thing that it's like I just kind of let you handle it.
Kind of highlight Kwity Paye just for a second. Going 17 to the Raiders, he measured in like 6'5" and he ran a 4.5. 6'5", 250, and he ran a 4.5 40. No, yeah, he's like an all-world athlete, and he wasn't even like he didn't have the best like pro day out of any defensive lineman.
Like pro days don't even exist, man. Like they're all lies. Didn't like a third of LSU ran like a 4.40, like no problem.
Well,
right?
like LSU has a track team though.
That's true.
Jose, I heard you start a sentence.
I don't remember what I was saying, but
come on, man.
I'm sorry.
Bush League.
Yeah, Bush League by me. My bad. I'm out here just trying to make I'm out here editing your face, actually, both of you.
Okay, what in God's name is the picture?
I'm not telling you.
God dog it.
You'll see it tomorrow. Don't worry about it. I know what it is, and
tomorrow.
that's all you got to worry
You
about.
can see it after the show.
All right,
That works too.
Yeah, I mean, there are shows on record right now. You can't stop it now.
You're right.
No, yeah.
Good.
But the JOK pick to Miami, he's one of those linebackers that are like new age, where they play a lot of like safety too. So you'll see them in the slot covering slot
He's moving. He's a mobile kind of guy.
He's a very, very good. I think he'll be really good with that Miami team.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, so it works. 21, the Colts taking Dylan Radins, another North Dakota State guy.
What the hell is that?
Oh yeah,
who are they playing that makes them
North
that look
Dakota
that good?
State has been the best FCS
FCS
football team for the past like 30, 40 years.
Joe, they
doesn't mean anything.
Joe, they probably
that
beat
doesn't mean anything.
Joe.
They
They probably
beat
beat UTSA.
Well, yeah,
They
because
probably beat
UTSA
us.
is like a sub tier. Like we're not on the same level, but it's like
Did we have we had people drafted in the first round?
we've had one person
Okay.
drafted in the first round.
They have the quality. They've had the quality
He
though.
has 3 guys being drafted in the first
I
round
trust
by
Jamar.
North Dakota State.
I believe the
Okay,
kid.
fine, 2. But I'm just like I'm not saying that you're stupid. I'm saying like these are actually probably pretty valid takes,
Yeah.
and that's just like bonkers to me. Like why are we giving
Joe,
FCS players this much credit?
You need to realize that they go to the Senior Bowl to play against high-level Division
Okay,
One
but the Senior
athletes.
Bowl doesn't even matter.
No,
one's
the
actually
Senior
getting
Bowl.
the Senior
No,
Bowl.
yes.
It's like the Pro Bowl, isn't it?
No, it's actual workouts for college seniors who go and get evaluated and interviewed with NFL coaches and GMs. It's a real deal. It's not a Pro
And like
Bowl.
I'm not saying it's not, and I'm not saying that FCS.
Joe,
Bowl
you're
I'm
curious.
I
Joe.
just don't understand how you would take literally anyone.
Bama players being
No, not even Bama players. Like, I would rather take
Well,
like
3 Bama, 4
I'd
Bama
rather
players
take like
so far.
I'd rather take like the Kentucky fullback than a guy from the FCS.
Well, Kentucky has a
What are we
linebacker
talking
that might
about?
get drafted first
Well,
round.
good.
So-
Like that's. I mean, like,
Joe's a big high school rating guy. If you're
Yes.
a 5-star in high school, then you're a 5-star forever.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
yeah, you are.
No,
That-
you're not.
that's Bryant,
Jacob
3-star.
Germany's a 4-star recruit, and he showed it this year. Like he was on one all year this year. He almost outscored the entire team when we played Southwest Adventist School of the Blind or whatever we
Was
played. It was a great night.
That was a good line.
Oh, I know why you keep him around now. You like him laughing at your jokes, huh?
Hey, someone has to.
That was
22,
funny.
the Titans, Jason Oweh, edge defender out of Penn State.
All right.
He had like the best pro day I've ever seen in my life. He weighed in at like 6'5", 216, around a 4'3".
Oh Jesus,
Is that good?
That's stupid.
he's like a bear.
Like Des Bryant ran like a 4'5" or something like that.
Yeah.
Put it in perspective. Like he's running faster than most receivers in the NFL, which is insane. He's a little bit raw. He only started playing football like in 2016.
Okay.
But like the more development he gets, and
The
Tennessee,
better he'll be.
yeah, Tennessee just needs pass rushers too.
Tennessee just needs talent.
They're a decent team. They're just pass rush can't get home at all, except for Harold Landry.
It's fair.
23rd, New York Jets via Seattle taking Caleb Farley, defensive back out of Virginia Tech. Jose, thoughts?
Sure.
Yeah, you'll take him.
Sure.
Yeah, 24, Pittsburgh Steelers taking Walker Little, offensive tackle out of Stanford. He hasn't played football in like 2 years.
That's that. Whoa.
Yeah. He opted out.
He even playing football.
So he
for 2
opted out
years?
this past season, I think, and then he was hurt the prior season. But if this makes Joe feel better, he was like the best player coming out of high school.
Well, I was gonna say that makes Joe feel a lot better.
Yeah,
When
there you
say-
go.
I mean, no, I want Pittsburgh to do bad. Like I don't like Pittsburgh. I don't really care about them.
Yeah, they need to replace Alejandro Villanueva. Excuse me. Yeah, they need to replace him. I don't even know if he's playing right now.
Who's going to be the quarterback in Pittsburgh next year? Is it
Mason
your
Rudolph.
boy?
No, Big Ben.
You think
Mason
it's Big
Rudolph.
Ben?
Big Ben just restructured.
One more year, right?
Yeah, he's
Mason
one more year.
Rudolph.
But he's like broken. Like he like died on the field last year, didn't he?
He'll probably die again this year.
Yeah, and then Mason.
And then it'll be
Rudolph-
Mason, probably.
Yeah.
It's so.
They brought back Josh Dobbs,
Why
actually.
Are,
so.
why are
And
like
they have the stripper.
I don't understand how Pittsburgh's being that stupid when, as opposed to having a full offseason with Kyle Rudolph, who's a very serviceable quarterback.
Mason Rudolph.
Mason, whatever. That's a Kyle Rudolph.
Kyle Rudolph's a tight end.
That's right. Who made like they could have a full offseason with Mason Rudolph and like get him the reps and do that whole thing, and just cut Ben. Like, what are we doing? At
That's
this
a
point?
big cap.
What are
hit.
we doing? At
That's
this
a
point?
very big cap hit.
That's the only reason why he's on the team. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
because they had to restructure him just so they could get under.
Oh, because
the
they
cap.
owe so much to him.
Yeah. No, he's
Jesus.
a very, very expensive.
Hey, it's
Why?
really,
He hasn't won a Super Bowl in like 10 years.
It's
He's one of
really
the
nice.
Top 15 quarterbacks ever.
yeah, it's really nice when you're established quarterback and you can
Yeah.
just get.
That's like
paid off
tenure,
past
being a
performance.
tenure professor at any college.
It's like tenure. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. I mean, like, I understand why, but it's like you just take the hit and suck for a couple of years and like don't have the money because it's just better off because it's better off for Mason.
Well, they restructured it, so after this year, I think they're good. So
Oh, okay.
they'll be
Well,
fine
that's
after
fine.
this season. They have to
Joe-
do one more year.
Joe, let's just be honest. Two things I've just learned. One, you would hate Albert Pujols and his contract. You would hate him.
Yeah.
And two, Mason Rudolph was decidedly not the Steelers quarterback the day that Myles Garrett booped him on the head.
That's also fair.
That was the day that Mason Rudolph lost.
Well,
the
he
Steelers.
lost any talent. He lost any like brain capacity he did have.
Yeah.
Like it's just like had
Well, he forgot he was racist.
had
so-
Garrett's
Whoa, allegedly.
had Garrett's hand been a 5-degree difference and it would have hit with the crown of the helmet, Mason Rudolph would have died that day.
Oh yeah.
He would have been dead on the field on like, was it Thursday Night Football? Like it was like,
Yeah,
it was
that's
like
why-
a
That's
big
why.
broadcast.
That's why Garrett was
like
suspended
for-
indefinitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Indefinitely.
fuck Miles
Is he still
Garrett.
is he playing yet?
Oh yeah, he's like
He was
he's
like,
right?
this defensive player. That
Oh
you-
yeah,
Yeah,
he
he's
had a great comeback.
phenomenal. Yeah, him and Jadeveon Clowney gonna be tearing it up next year.
But yeah, still fuck Miles Garrett. So.
My Browns, baby.
Yeah, there you go. 25th Jaguars via the Rams taking Jalen Phillips.
Hey Jaguars, if you see my resume, I love you.
There you go.
I don't hate
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence.
I
or
don't hate what Urban Meyer did at Ohio
I don't
State.
hate Urban Meyer completely.
He was exonerated fully of all wrongdoing.
Look. Knowing something bad is going on is a bad thing. But shut up. I want a
Joe
job with
Paterno
Jacksonville.
is innocent
No,
as well.
whoa.
Like I said, Jaguars taking Jalen Phillips, edge defender out of Miami. Jalen Phillips is probably the best pass rusher in this class. The only issue is he retired from football already, and he came back a year ago.
Fuck that.
He has
What?
concussions up the ass.
Oh.
Like he has really, really bad concussion. Like
My friend used to have a lot of concussions.
he was at UCLA. He was the number one player coming out of high school. Went to UCLA, did whatever there. I don't even know what he did there. Had a bunch of concussions, retired, and was like, "Oh, I'm back." Transferred to Miami. And
Was it like an actual retirement or was
No,
it a
like he-
retirement to move to Miami?
no, like he retired.
Okay.
No, and then like was fantastic at Miami. He would go a lot higher. It's just he has the most red flags in this draft class.
Yeah, because he's like his brain barely works.
No, yeah. So if he
His,
gets
his
one,
skull has a crack.
no,
in it.
genuinely, if he has one more like concussion, like I'll probably.
He's a
have to
running
hang
back,
it
you
up.
said?
Defensive end.
Oh, okay.
We call that the Luke Kuechly.
Yeah, no, that's why Luke Kuechly walked away. Yeah, no, that's like the Leighton Vander Esch.
Yeah.
He just has brittle bones, unfortunately.
It's the fact that he's from Idaho or Iowa. Idaho. Yeah.
I don't
Idaho. Yeah, he's from Idaho. They don't
You
even
are
like beef
though.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where you put the air horns in, Jose.
Browns taking Greg Newsome out of Northwestern. Just another corner for the Browns to have. At this point in the draft, you're just getting like,
what you can.
yeah.
It's
in the
best
first round.
available because the Browns, for better or for worse, the Browns are kind of a complete team.
Yeah. Right now,
The
just
Browns
need,
are a very complete team. They just need a little bit of depth and they're fine.
yeah, they're solid. They're going to be very good next year.
Okay, so let's talk a little college football. And so the last time that any of us were remotely on air, except for Jose, was it the Wednesday before Texas State? It was the Wednesday before Texas State.
Yeah, I think
that
so,
was
because
that
I
was
made a lot of money that weekend.
That was the last time we actually recorded anything, and
That's
I
right.
remember my last real opinion on UTSA football was we do this every year. We get super excited. That was the name of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
We do this every year. We get super excited. We hype ourselves up, and then we just get disappointed. And I'm not saying that Jeff Traylor is that, blah, 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 blah. Like, I remember, I was sitting on Austin's couch, and we were saying this. Do you remember this?
Maybe.
Yes.
We got into
And
juice
then,
talk.
and we got really into a really big juice conversation.
That's
tonight.
right. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I do remember this.
Yeah,
Yes, I do
very
recall
big juice
this.
conversation.
That was my first time I was played because we did the fantasy draft
We did
right
the
after.
draft
That's
that.
right.
Yeah,
Good times.
I hated that.
Almost won.
I'm sorry for ever doubting Jeff Traylor even remotely, and I really didn't. I did like hedge my bet and say like, hey, I think he's gonna be good, but like let's just be a little careful here. I am officially no longer careful. I genuinely 100%.
Well, I'm
believe
drinking the lemonade, bro.
I just think we
I'm
didn't
eating
know
the
how
cheese.
good and how legit
Yeah.
Jeff Traylor actually was.
The thing was like the Texas State game was such an interesting way to start the season. And this is what
Wasn't it like triple overtime. Or
it's
something?
eight. Yeah, it was double overtime. Yeah, against Texas State, which like doesn't happen. We beat the
I was
crap out
at
of Texas State.
work that game.
For what it's worth, Texas State had they were what Rice was 2 years ago. They were the best bad team in America. So like they were always in every game and they just couldn't pull it out. But like I legitimately, I've eaten the cheese, I've drank the Kool-Aid. Like I legitimately 100% believe we're going to win the conference championship next year.
Yeah,
There is not a single doubt in my mind that we're going to do it.
yeah. The only thing that's going to keep us back is our quarterback.
Bro, when Frank Harris is not injured, he is as good as he gets in CUSA.
Yeah, well, I also saw him play against Louisiana where he just missed like 5 different throws.
Because he was kind of dinged up that day.
No, he wasn't. He was just scared.
Oh, I mean, fair.
Like if you see Lowell Narcisse or Josh Atkins throwing that ball, they're connecting. And Lowell's injury was a freak.
Lowell did have a bad injury. My thing is, I understand this is a stupid thing to say. Like if Lowell doesn't get hurt, Frank plays better. Does that make sense?
If Lowell doesn't get hurt, Frank plays better.
It keeps the quarterback room a little bit spicier because then like Lowell, who's like has the most experience on the team, like with the Roadrunners, he's like nipping at your heels the whole time, and that makes Frank play better.
Well, you have to remember Frank got benched for Lowell.
I understand that. That's what I'm saying.
So Lowell should be the starter heading into next season.
But like, do you watch a lot of Traylor's press conferences?
I haven't.
Okay, so
I've been wanting to.
So in the fall, every single day during my lunch break when I was working in Poteet, I watched the Jeff Traylor press conference. Every single day without fail. I watched Looney's stuff. I watched the player press conference. I was in all of it.
Is it Looney? That was Looney.
I think it's Looney. All of it. I was watching all of it. So basically what Jeff Traylor's like whole mentality is if the guy's on the field and he is healthy, trying, and academically like able, I'm going to play him. And that's like his whole mentality. It's all about competition from like, and like, I know that we hated Frank Wilson for this exact same mindset, but it's so different in the way they go about it.
Oh, yeah.
Because Frank Wilson was like, well, I'm just going to put one of the quarterbacks out there and hope they make some passes. Jeff Traylor is like, on Friday.
He's also like the best guy is going to get there.
Yeah, Jeff Traylor is the best player on Friday afternoon. Who I decide is the best player is who's starting on Saturday. Throughout the week, if you show me you can do it, if you show me you want to play on Saturday, I'm going to play you. And that's why the offensive line was so different every week. And that's why the receivers were so like spread out. I mean, like, yeah, like Sincere had the best year out of everyone, but like Brendan Brady was right behind him.
Well, not right, but I get.
But like he was
producing.
He was getting his carries. He was getting his numbers, and like those were happening. I just feel the need to say this because I never really got the chance to. I legitimately think Rashad Wisdom's pick against Texas State, that interception that he got that day, will go down as the greatest moment in UTSA football history.
Right now, yeah.
Like as of right now, until the 40-yard bomb that Eddie Lee Marburger throws to I forget what his name is, the guy from Brandeis.
Jalen Rainey.
To Jalen Rainey to win the Fiesta Bowl against Oklahoma. Until that happens, right now, one of the greatest moments in UTSA football history. After the summer that we had.
That's assuming that we're going to get, you said the Fiesta Bowl, right?
The Fiesta Bowl against
That's
Oklahoma.
assuming like we're going to get in like the Pac-12.
No, I'm not saying that. Yeah, but like it was a joke. I'm directly referencing Boise State. That's who I'm referencing. Right. After the summer that we had and the off season that like we didn't know if football was coming, and Bryce passes away, and like all of all of everything that happened. You switch coaches. It's just everything, this culminating point of Rashad jumps 15 feet in the air and picks this ball up out of nowhere. Literally, like, I was ready to cry when it happened. And the thing was, the game wasn't over yet. We still had 2 overtimes to go.
They scored right after
that was
that,
at the
too.
end. That was at the end of the 4th quarter.
That was
There
the
2
alleged
overtimes.
clincher.
Yeah, that was
and then
what
they
was
scored.
That was what was supposed to clinch the game, and then they scored. But like, whatever. But one of the greatest moments in UTSA football history, and then we just had a bunch more. Like, so
Yeah, the Cephas catch against Texas
Cephas
State.
catch against Texas State.
Yeah, the Zakari catch against BYU.
The kick against Texas State to win it. Like, it just so many things happened, and then all of UNT, which
we just ran.
we'll get to. So if you're a longtime listener of this podcast, or if you know who I am, or if you follow Jose Bouquet on Twitter.
So I'm spoiler right now.
That's the picture. Okay.
Yeah, that's
I knew it. I knew it.
I had a feeling, but I was like, Jamar wouldn't do that. He was also there.
I wasn't in the picture though.
That's fair. You know how deeply affected I was from that UNT loss. 45-3. Like, one of the most lopsided wins in CUSA football history. Like, we just got, like, we call it the Denton mollywhopping for a reason, because we got mollywhopped.
Frank got hurt. Like,
Frank got hurt. Second play. Like, the season was over before the second quarter started. And I remember talking to Connor's girlfriend, and she was
Fiance
now. Shout out Connor. She was like, hey, she was like, she was like, I don't know, Joe, like, there still might be time. I was like, Shelby, we lost 45-3 against North Texas, who's supposed to be our equal. The season's over. And then this year, and the course of events in which it happened are so Joe. No, I wasn't
there. That's
I wasn't.
right.
Because I got sick. So I got COVID. For those of you who don't know, I had COVID.
He was a very irresponsible little boy.
No, I was going to work, and I worked at a school at the time, and high schoolers are going to be high schoolers. So I remember I got sick on a Wednesday. That Saturday we played UTEP.
Yeah.
That Saturday we played UTEP. Missed the game. The next week we played Southern Miss. Beat the crap out of them. I remember I was literally knocking on death's door that day. Oh, we won. I was like, the only thing I remember about that like 7-day period was beating Southern Miss. That was the only thing that I was genuinely awake for, because the adrenaline was pumping. And then by the next week, I was already kind of back to healthy. My parents were going to be okay in the hospital. Like, everything was going to be fine. But like, we were on the road down, and UNT happened. And I was alone in my living room watching this game happen. All of y'all were at the game. And I was like in tears.
Me and Joel were sipping on margaritas.
Yeah.
We had a
so
squad. No, we're fans.
Oh, because Sosa didn't go back.
It was December.
So like, it was just a religious moment for me. And in that moment, and like, if it had already happened where I was 100% dedicated to Jeff Traylor, but like the fact that he kind of ran up the score, and I think it was Jared, UTSA Rivals, one of those guys, was like, Jeff Traylor is definitely doing UTSA fans a favor here by like running up the score on one of our least favorite opponents. Yeah. Like, it was awesome. I am so excited to see where this program's going to go. And like Eddie Lee working up in the wings, he's still kind of young right now. And like, he needs to get a year under his belt. But if Frank is good and our offensive line is good and Sincere has another good year, there's no reason that Eddie Lee doesn't play in every fourth quarter of the game.
That's the cool thing. Well, the cool thing is that
there's so much depth to this team.
Well, we bring it back the exact same team, plus all the high level transfers that we're getting in, plus all the recruits that we're getting. We have a lot of transfers, like top 15 guys. And
Jose, how stupid do we sound right now?
No, I mean,
like it's reasonable, right?
Sure, yeah. I don't know shit about Conference USA football. I mean, they finished high.
What's going to happen is UAB is going to be good. La Tech's going to be good. UAB is going to be good all season. La Tech's going to be hot early. Southern Miss is going to be very angry and get a win, probably against like a UAB or maybe a Middle 10, something like that. Because I have this weird hunch Middle 10's going to be good this year. Marshall's going to be really good in the East. And
Middle 10's not going to be good at all. They lost their quarterback.
Yeah. Well, I mean, who knows?
He's going to.
That's why I said I had a hunch.
State.
I don't think it's going to happen. I had a hunch. It's what the spirits are telling me. And yeah,
I'm smart. I'm really smart at this sports shit. Like, I'm really good.
It's almost like we know what we're talking about sometimes.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, that's what's going to happen. And I just think we are by far the best team coming in. The only thing I'm worried about is this is kind of the first year since Coker's like last year, I think it was. No, since Coker's 9-3 year, that there's actually expectations.
Frank's second to
year.
last year.
After,
After
the
the
second
bowl
year after
game.
the bowl. Yeah,
Oh,
that was the
fine.
only.
That was
Because we won 6 games that
we
year.
did win 6
but
games
then
that year, and then
and-
Bama got picked for the playoffs.
and you're
they shouldn't have.
still like on your knees for
Oh.
Alabama.
Oh, okay, no. For what it's worth, I have beaten that drum loudly for the past 4 years. It's that we finally had a good football season. We made a bowl. I think I'm over it. I think I'm finally over that year. For what it's worth, I think I'm finally over it. If we wanted to go to that bowl game that year, we should have won 7 games. Whatever.
We lost a lot of tech.
We should have lost a lot of tech.
So my biggest worry is that now that they've seen UTSA, we're actually like a target.
Oh yeah,
and we're actually like on the radar. Like they're actually like study us more, like more intensely.
100%. Like people know what's coming now. The thing is though, is it's the Lombardi thing. It's like you can know my playbook. If I run it to the T, you're not gonna beat me. And like I am so in on Traylor. Like, and I sat in this exact chair little over 2 years ago saying, or a little over a year ago, saying this is gonna be the guy. And he proved it. He proved everything right. The culture that this man has built in a year is crazy. Like the football players are happy.
Yeah.
And it's like that wasn't a thing when Wilson was here.
Yeah.
They were bummed out. They were pissed off all the time. Like I remember going to games on Saturdays in Sosa, like being like, I kind of don't want to be here. Like I kind of would rather be at home watching game day right now. And like me, I didn't want to go to UTSA football games because it was like we're gonna just get our like poop shoved in and it's going to be terrible and like nothing's going to be good about today. And that was usually what happened.
Yeah.
Like you won what, 2-3 games your freshman year? 4 games. You won 4 games your freshman year. Austin won 3 games his freshman year. Like we were so bad for so long and seeing this now, Jeff Traylor's the truth. I think there's literally the only team in our way.
UAB.
No, I mean, yeah, but
Lots
the only
of-
team legitimately in our way is UTSA.
Oh yeah.
We are the only people.
I don't know
actually
that's
in
where
our
you're
way.
going with that. Yeah.
If we are playing Jeff Traylor football and doing the thing and we're blocking the guys and we're making the tackles and we're making the catches and we're making the throws and we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, if we're playing like we were playing against UNT, there is no team in this conference that can beat us.
The biggest thing is making the throws.
The biggest thing is making
I was
the
about to say that too.
agreed.
And who's gonna make
I like I said, I think that when Frank Harris is on, there is no better quarterback in
don't
is
agree.
Josh Atkins back again?
Yes.
he's
all
back.
3 of them are back.
They're all back.
Okay,
We have the same team.
I don't
Jojo.
No,
Gotcha.
I was so. I'm normally pretty good at this sports stuff, y'all. I kind of make good calls. I missed
You
on
really
JoJo.
did. You were
JoJo.
so
Yeah.
on JoJo.
I missed on JoJo weeks,
For the
man.
record, I missed on Frank. Like I said, Frank wasn't going to be good this year. I didn't even put him on my preseason list
Well, I was. You can say you were right because Lowell
because Lowell did beat him.
took
You're right.
his
You're
job,
right.
and the reason that Frank won is because Lowell and
Lowell got
Josh
hurt. Lowell
were
and
both
Josh got
hurt.
But I do think that Frank earned starting bid against Illinois. I do think that Frank earned that.
Oh, I don't. Well, won't even say that.
We'll see spring ball and all that stuff.
We have
But I'm
spring.
saying,
We have summer.
I'm saying
we
at
have
the end of last season, Frank Harris was the quarterback going into this.
You want to go
season.
to Champaign?
I want to. I
Wanna go
mean,
to Champaign?
I very much want to. Champaign, Illinois for kickoff.
It's like Southern Illinois. So
Yeah, so it's not that bad.
I mean, yeah.
It's not that bad. Sure,
I
we
mean,
say
obviously.
Even if we drove, it's like less than a day.
I mean, obviously, I have to do it.
Yeah, no, I definitely want to go. You down, Jose?
Fuck no.
Down to climb.
No
I'm
thanks.
trying to go to the Death Star. Was it next year or the year after?
Oh yeah, in Vegas.
I
We play
love
Vegas.
uh,
I think that's next.
UNLV?
I think it's
Yeah.
next fall. I
yeah,
think
it's a
so.
couple years. Well, no, but the thing is that year there was one game that I actually care about going to,
UNT
and
game?
huh?
UNT game?
UNT? No, not UNT. We're playing Texas that year.
Oh yeah.
We're kicking
That's
up.
2 years.
We're
2 years.
kicking up against Texas that year, dude. That's the only thing I actually care about. I'm gonna, yeah.
Always.
I have
so
a
like,
question. I have a question real fast.
what's up,
Yeah.
bud?
I have 2 things actually. I want to tell you about my Texas State experience from that magical day.
Great day.
So first of all, I would like just like I want a comparison here, Joe.
Mhm.
What would UTSA at least playing a close competitive ball game at Texas mean to you?
UTSA playing a competitive ball game, meaning we lose by like a score.
It might be even go overtime. Just a
Oh,
close
if
game.
we take Texas to overtime, I
Yeah.
will never shut up about it.
Okay.
like
That's fine.
I don't think you understand
No, I
beating Texas. UTSA beating Texas means 2% less than the Cowboys winning a Super Bowl.
It would like
Does that make sense?
justify. Yeah, it would justify your choice to go to UTSA over UT.
I didn't have a choice to go to UT. I didn't have a choice to go to UT.
I had
There
one
was an
after
option.
a year.
Yeah, it would justify everyone else's choice to go to UTSA.
Yeah,
over
no,
UT.
it would
Oh, I wouldn't shut up about it.
I would
my hate
never-
for UT is nowhere near Joe's.
Yeah, no.
I
The
would-
thing is, though, is like people have this misconception that I only recently started hating UT. I have hated the University of Texas since I was like 8 years old.
Why would people think that, Joe?
Shut up, Jamar. We'll get to it when we get to the list. All right.
Oh, and my last thing.
Your last thing.
The Texas State game. So obviously, I think we can all agree probably the most important and best UTSA football game in the and it's probably
kind
its
of ever
history.
played.
Yeah, in its history.
Like legitimately,
Yeah.
best game we've ever played.
So I put me and my friends, we put a collective over $2,000 on UTSA
Jesus Christ.
to win on that day. Cause and here's why. I told
Because of
Taco
me?
this. Yes, yes, it is.
Oh, that's right. It was.
I told Taco this. I didn't listen to the episode, but I saw the episode title of the last A Cup of Joe before the world turned upside down. And it was, we do this every year. And I was like, in my head, I was like, we do this every year. We beat the shit out of Texas State every year. We
That's right.
We do this every year. So and,
He totally misinterpreted what I meant by that
yeah,
statement.
yeah. So I was like,
Totally
we do
beauty
this
of
every year.
English.
They were underdogs. They were pretty big underdogs against Texas, and I just didn't understand it. So we put a shitload of money on it. UTSA goes up 31-0 or whatever it is at halftime. I'm fucking chilling. I'm counting my fucking money. And then UTSA collapses, goes into overtime. Again, the Rashard Wisdom or whatever I think is his first name. His interception. I was dancing around the casino. I'm like, this is over. I've already got my money. I'm counting in my pocket. And then
We still have another hour of football left.
what could have been the best football play in Texas State's history.
Uh-huh.
The punt return.
Oh my God.
The punt return. They return a punt to tie the game with
You know something, man?
40
lost it.
seconds.
I knew that was happening too. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
it just feels like it, man.
Because they did it like the earlier in the game and they threw a
It
flag.
was right. Yeah. It was supposed to happen this game and it had to happen then.
Yeah, it was honestly one of the craziest. My soul left my body because I was like, I'm about to lose out on $4,000.
Oh my God.
And then thankfully they win the game, whatever. But I'll never forget, and I hope Texas State fans don't forget what could have been.
They should.
That could have been the punt return. That would have been their greatest play by far.
No, yeah, against the rival you've never
Yeah.
beaten before. Like that would have been that day for them. But yeah, that was so in my book, that's the day that the legend of Jeff Traylor was born.
But instead, they made their kicker delete their Twitter account.
Oh God. We were so bad to that guy. Like, I mean, not we, 'cause I didn't personally.
No,
know
we
anything.
weren't mad. Like it was Texas State fans that were
were just
they
eviscerating that kid.
yeah.
I was with them.
Didn't he miss like a 20-yard field goal? Did
Yeah,
he miss like
he missed a
two?
chip
He
shot,
missed,
bro.
he missed the chip
Yeah.
shot.
He
He
missed,
the chip
he
shot
missed
on
a
that
couple.
game. He missed one. He missed one to tie it in the fourth quarter, and then he missed one to win it in overtime.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Can I give that guy a hug?
I know. It was like I feel bad for this kid. Like, and I hate Texas State, but I
I
feel
did.
bad
Some
for this kid.
suicide watch
I
for
didn't.
sure.
I was perfectly fine. It was a freshman too, so I was like,
He was, oh God, and that's the thing that sucks. Like he's a kid.
That was
and
his
now-
first game.
It was his
Yeah.
first game.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
And everyone just oh
Like I, what
Rip.
my favorite part about that was I remember Connor called me after that game and he was like, "Dude, where the football is back game." You remember that? Because that was the first. That was like the first game that like everyone in the country was watching of the year.
Yes.
So and like I remember beating this drum so hard when it was happening.
You weren't. We were on
We
two.
were on ESPN.
That's
Yeah,
right,
it was a big game. I remember people texting me about it.
Yeah, I remember beating this drum. It's like there is no reason that Ohio should be retired at that point because Ohio State hadn't played a game that year. Like they hadn't played a single game, and we just beat Texas State in overtime.
6 weeks.
Yeah, they didn't play the game till like October, and then by that point we were already won 4 games.
Yeah.
My last take on UTSA football is this, and this is what we're gonna say, and then we're gonna go into our last 2 topics for the night. Eddie Lee Marburger is a very, very, very good quarterback. Like you didn't go to those games. Me and Connor went to 2. You went to
I
1.
went to 1.
I snuck into the second one. Very funny story. I'll tell it's a story of another time. Eddie Lee Marburger, every single throw he throws, 60 yards at least. Every single placement of the ball, it's like right here.
Mhm.
Like it's just right in the basket every time. And it's not that his offensive line was that good. He was like scrambling around. Like the dude looked like Patrick Mahomes on like if he was this tall because he's kind of a tiny dude.
You know, he's like 6'2".
He looked smaller.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. But he's
He's a good sized dude.
like we're shorter than him
Eddie Lee Marburger
and older than him.
is
Can you give some context of who that is for the people that don't
yeah.
know?
Okay. Eddie Lee Marburger is the freshman recruit from Sherryland Pioneer down in the Valley. This is the kind of kid that this is the exact reason why Jeff Traylor is special is because Jeff Traylor will go to these literally nothing schools and find these players that are just crazy good.
Well, he's a 3-star as well. He had like
Yeah.
Colorado offers.
I mean, he's definitely good, but like no team in Texas was ever going to pick him up because everyone in Texas goes, "Oh, he's from the Valley. I'm not going to listen to him." Like this kid's got a Big 12 arm. easily.
Yeah,
You know
the
what I mean?
Pac-12 arm apparently. Because
Oh, yeah, he's a
Colorado
Pac-12
offer.
But like I'm saying, like he has a Big 12 arm in terms of like this guy just lights up a scoreboard. The game we went to, there was no defense.
57.
Like, it was like 57, 60 points in a high school football game. It was a playoff game, but like no defense whatsoever. This guy just threw the ball like a maniac. He was a punt returner too. Just kind of a utility gadget guy, like who knew anything on the field. His legs were good, his arm was good.
Threw straight dimes.
And
everything.
like I think he only the first game in the first game we saw him play, I think there was only like 2 drop passes, and both of them were the receiver's fault.
Yeah.
He's crazy. He's crazy. I'm so excited. And like I want Frank to have a great year. I want him to start against Texas because that's the storyline. You know what I mean? Like that is the storyline. It's like this kid's from the Valley. You know he was a Texas fan girl. Like you just know this kid bled burnt orange as a child. And like he's gonna go and he's gonna beat us. It's gonna be great.
So apparently, Lauren, for those of you who don't know, Lauren was my girlfriend.
We get it. You have a girlfriend. Shut up.
Yeah, I know. She's gorgeous.
Hi, Lauren.
Hi, Lauren. She'll watch tomorrow.
Woo.
She's about to go to work in a few. She says that the Sharyland Pioneers like the white part of the valley.
Yeah, they're O'Connor.
So like they're not like from the valley. But
but like they're from the valley. The same like O'Connor's not San Antonio, but it's
yeah. So like they're just like
until I drowned.
they're like apparently like the best like football team in the valley because like it's just like corn-fed white boys.
Because it's
like,
not 4-foot Mexicans.
Yeah, no, like literally. It's like that's like in basketball my junior year we played them in the playoffs and they had these 2 brothers from Arkansas.
Oh god.
And one of them's like jumping track and playing basketball at Texas A&M Kingsville right now.
God.
But he's from Arkansas. He's not from the valley.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, Eddie Lee,
insight to my life.
he is the future of UTSA football, and
Possibly.
hopefully,
Cam Peters.
He will be.
and the future looks bright. So today is the 1-year anniversary for a very special event in the Bad Birds. A year ago today, our very own Jacob, don't call him by his government name, Garcia, started tweeting at Twitch streamer, and she plays with Den of Thieves now, right?
100 Thieves.
100 Thieves, whatever. Streamer, the one and only Nico Lowell.
Okay, Boomer Girl.
Okay, Boomer Girl from Twitter fame with the Bernie shirt. Her, yeah.
Okay.
So Jacob, a year ago today, started tweeting at her every single day around, was it like 1:30?
It's around like 12:30.
Yeah, 12:30.
Well, actually, the first tweet ever was at 2:43 in the morning, and I was just bored. I was on Discord.
Well, no, because
All
that
right.
was the part of because like that was still very
Yeah, it's
early lockdown
mid-April,
where no one
and
was
I was just
sleeping.
bored, and
Yeah.
and so I was like, all right, so
Like 2:30 in the morning was like
It was like
12
noon. It was like
yeah,
noon.
yeah.
Like I would wake up
Sure.
at 3 o'clock and stay up till 4 a.m.
that's what my schedule was.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'll just do this and see, for fun. And I remember the first couple of days, everyone was just like clowning me, like, stop, please stop right before your head. And then I started hitting like 30 and 40 and 50. And everyone's
And then
like,
it started
okay,
going, okay,
keep
yeah.
it going. And now we're at 365.
And it's been a year. And let's
I can't get those 19 minutes that I've wasted tweeting that out every single day back. 19 minutes of my life have been wasted tweeting at Nico.
I think it's something valuable, valiant. You definitely hold the record, the world record.
I mean, yeah.
Most consecutive days tweeted at Nico Lowell asking her to follow you.
oh yeah.
You definitely hold that record. You are a world record holder. It's a stupid record.
Fun fact, I'm also definitely the world record holder for most bubblegum in my mouth, but start from the day.
Okay.
We're about to
So-
eat wings after this, and I want to hear
Yeah.
this.
All right, I got
chicken wings. A little bit of king
So yeah, day
wings.
365. You can follow the live updates
You're gonna
at
keep going?
Jacob Garcia. Will I continue tomorrow to day 366?
Well, tomorrow is
We'll
when the
find
show
out.
comes out.
Will you find out on Friday
Today, when you're listening to the show, probably.
when you're listening to the show? Go check my Twitter at 12:30.
So can I
366.
ask questions here?
Yes.
So I think of myself in this role as being the audience here.
Yeah, you're the audience.
Why did you start?
I was just bored.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. You were bored, but you've continued it obviously a whole year.
Okay.
So why have you continued
So
it? I
every
guess my
time I would
question.
talk to someone
Mhm.
and they would mention it, I said, "Yeah."
How many times are people mentioning it?
Pretty much anytime that someone who isn't me, Josh, Austin, or Austin's girlfriend Steph, or Josh's girlfriend Maya, they talk to him about it.
Okay.
Anytime I have like
Okay.
someone that's a Twitter mutual that doesn't know me personally that sees me, they ask me about it, and I'm like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop at day 200, 300." Like, no, please don't stop. Like, I like seeing it every day, and so I'm like, fine, I'll keep going. I guess
There are so few constants since April 15th, 2020. This is one of them.
people have said that too. Yeah, they're like, I see this every single day, and it reminds me that it's a new day.
Yeah, it's
So-
like legitimately like it is. It's like it's like the same reason like we like sports. It's like it just kind of like keeps me going.
So there you go.
Okay.
So in that year, Do you have anything else to say, Jose?
Oh no, I've got questions. Hold on, Joe.
Oh,
I've got some more.
There's
right.
several.
So my second question is
We should outro to OK Boomer, but it's
why, or I guess not why, is it, what is your response when people say, don't you think this is a little creepy? I mean, I got to ask the questions 365 days.
He's an unbiased journalist. He's just
Listen.
asking the questions the boss asks.
Yeah, I barely know you. I'll be
would-
honest. I barely know you.
I
just
do
wanna
it for the content. It's more of a bit. It's not. At some points, I say I really want to stop because I just don't want to do this anymore. But it's for the bits. You know, I don't even care anymore. I really don't. But it's for the bits.
But at first you did. You at first
For the
you
first
wanted
like,
it.
For the first like 20 days, I was like, please follow me back. But then I'm like, now I'm just like, I'm doing it. Now
Okay,
now it's
so inside of the process of how the tweet happens,
Yes.
is it a scheduled tweet, or do you copy paste every day and you remember?
I individually type it out every single day.
You fucking wow. Yeah, that's
It's
a
it's
psychopath
impressive.
shit right
It's
there.
impressive. Like,
I mean, really, yeah, sure. It's something. It's something. Okay. Well, I think that's all the questions I had. It's from the outside. It's just like there's just random, seemingly white dude tweeting at this female for 100 or 365 days to follow him. At what point does it stop? I don't know, but I'm excited to keep.
look,
seeing it.
I think if he stops now, then it's creepy.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like
sure.
if he doesn't
Sure.
keep it going,
Sure.
that's when it gets creepy.
You know,
I mean,
it would have been
'cause if
creepy after the
there's-
10th day.
Because if there's like a limit that he reaches, it's creepy. If he just keeps it going, it's a bit and it's funny and no one's actually creeped out by it.
Okay, fine. No, as long as I'm just wondering. This is my kind of third person like view. I see the tweets every so often. I first saw the tweets. I was right there in the first like 20 people. Like, this is creepy as fuck to start off with. And then now we're at 300. Now you say we're at 365 days, and I'm like, wow.
In a full year.
All right. Well, I mean, at least it's not creepy anymore, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's gotten less creepy with his consistency.
Yes, I think for sure the less amount of days you
Longevity.
did it,
the
the
creepier
more
would have been.
the creep level would have.
If he only did it once, it would have been like, ugh.
Yeah, it would have been like.
Because once it's like genuine and it's like, ugh, that's kind of weird. The more he does it, like it's kind of like the Family Guy bit where like you just keep doing it for so long, it eventually becomes funny again.
Yeah.
That's happened like 7
Like
times.
the Peter and chicken fight. Running.
And to be fair, I have a running theory that I've just been muted by her. And so
Oh, absolutely.
like 100%.
I'm shocked you haven't been blocked.
I honestly, if I get blocked, that's good enough for me.
Yeah, a block is an acknowledgement.
A block, I think a block would definitely be better than the follow,
I think it's
honestly.
funny.
Oh, because if she follows you, what's your plan?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't done that far.
when you catch the car, there's a dog chasing the car. When you catch the car, what do you get?
It's like, what do you do now?
I haven't gone that far. I haven't thought that far.
Well, you just DM her thanks.
Yeah, I'd just be like, nice.
Epic. And then you block her.
And I block her. And like, joke's on you.
Then you unfollow her. It's like, gotcha, bitch. Finally.
That's the plan.
So yeah, in the past year, some interesting things have happened.
I'm
Those
glad you brought
things-
the list.
Those things are
He's the only one who could read the list. by the way.
UTSA enters its second bowl game in team history. For the first time in over 20 years, the San Antonio Spurs missed the playoffs. I caught COVID-19. I got dumped. A
Because of the
vaccine. Huh?
Because of the COVID?
No, but way before the COVID.
Okay. I gotta ask.
A vaccine comes out for said COVID-19. Several vaccines.
Many.
Backside.
Many.
Vaccine.
Vaccine.
Vaxxus?
The Duke Blue Devils missed the NCAA tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
The Bad Bird apartment is born where Austin, Steph, Jake, and Josh live, where I
That's
spend
terrible.
most of my time.
Yeah, that's scary.
We get a new rover on Mars. That was pretty cool. The U.S. government like officially says that aliens are real. That happened.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We just missed.
There's
we
been
just,
several
we just didn't talk about it.
extraterrestrials that they've like just
we
like,
just like didn't talk about it. There was
Oh, yeah.
one. There was one where it was like this substance
If we
is
die
not from
after
Earth.
this is because you said
This
this.
substance is not from Earth. KFC said it a bunch of times. He's fine. The substance is not from Earth, and the other one was like the
That's not
American
KFC
government.
tweeting, bro.
The American government was like, "Look, we hope this is extraterrestrial because if it's the Russians, we're screwed."
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a Dorito, like a little,
It's like a
There's
diamond.
like a pyramid
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it
triangle.
literally looks like a Dorito just flying in the sky. It was nuts. Continue.
Tom Brady wins his 7th Super Bowl. The first Lakers championship since Kobe Bryant since Kobe Bryant played, and the first Dodgers championship since the 80s. So like, it's been a hell of a year. Not to mention, I
When
mean,
did the Dodgers win? Did they won?
They won the World Series. Not to mention all of like the socioeconomic turmoil that's been going on, but like hell of a year, man. Like you've really perfectly encapsulated April 15th, 2020 to April 15th, 2021 is I would say one of the most influential years in human history.
Holy shit.
So much stuff has happened.
What a timing by you by coming back on that 1 year. Wow.
Hey, I mean,
Wow.
whatever. Let's just say whatever.
Call it fate, call it destiny.
Call it fate, call it destiny, whatever. Call it totally on purpose. It wasn't totally on purpose. It was complete happenstance.
It's for sure on purpose.
I promise you it wasn't. But yeah, so I just think it's really cool. Please keep doing it. I get a kick out of it every time I see it. I know everyone else does too. It's a fan favorite. We're big fans of it. But barring there anything else needing to be said by the gang, Jose, do you have anything else to talk about?
Nope.
Ben
Jamar?
Askren is beating Jake Paul on Saturday.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Yeah. That's for sure.
So yeah, this has been the show. We'll see you next Thursday. Love you guys.
Money.
Yeah.
Go Birds.
Drugs, ask the clubs, bad boy, that's what's up. After bucks, crush crews after us. No games, we ain't laughing much. Nothing but big